I guess you have to have a look within yourself to see what type of trader or investor you want to be, because you don't have to be active, because a lot of people think that they need to be super active to be successful on the markets, when in fact I'd say it's probably more like the opposite. Yeah, you have to have a little look at yourself, see what is best for you. Now, I guess if you were to look at the stats, I would say that the people that do the least amount of trades or moves within a year are probably more successful than those that are far more active. I mean, even I'm not a fan of Warren Buffett, but even he said that you should, write out a list of, with maybe 12 slots or 20 slots, and then go, right, those 12 or 20 slots are the only bullets in your chambers for this year. You will not make more than 20 trades or 12 trades or however many you want to put on. And by limiting yourself to 12, 20, whatnot, you're really forcing yourself to cherry pick the opportune moments. And I do agree with that. And I'm always looking at analyzing type stuff, and I had a random thought the other day. It was that if I didn't have RT, if I was just me on my Todd on my own, just doing my thing, didn't have trading pubs or telegrams to do, would that change the way that I trade? And the honest answer is yes. I would be way less active, which is quite interesting. And then when I analyze all the times I've been super profitable super profitable with the active trading and also the investing, I guess it has been it's when I've tried to really nail the swings, and we've gone through this many times actually. And like, if I just draw it out again though, like if we're taking crypto swings for example, you have a period of time over here, and you have a period of time over here, something like this. And so let's say you have the market or the fall do nothing, and then it hits all-time high. Okay, so obviously I'm bastard. The Bitcoin cycle doesn't look like that, but let's just say you have an all-time high, you then have the crash, and then leads you up into all-time high. Now, for Bitcoin, historically, we all know that's been 4 years. Other assets may be different. I think Casper, for example, seems to be 4 times faster than Bitcoin. It has a halving schedule every year instead of every 4 years. It has a constant emission schedule. So, but if you were just to look at Bitcoin, there would be certain things. If you were to really be picky in what you do. So once the crash is confirmed and you are convinced it's not a pullback but it's a reversal, then you really should. So not only do you sidestep, but during the low-hanging fruit where it's blood in the streets, you should do active shorting during that sort of period. And then once, because I never pick the bottoms on purpose, because you don't know if it's going to keep on going, but eventually once you have some sort of plateauing and then it starts to get up, starts to move up, then you reallocate from here to I guess, so reallocate. So I'm just going to mute whoever is. I'm just going to mute all. There's lots of background. There we go. So you reallocate between this period here, as in literally getting your pot in order, and this is pretty much what we've done with Casper and Tau. I was all in on Tau, Casper sub 2 cents, really around 2-3 cents by the time I got size in, and Tau from sort of 170 onwards. So we have been doing that, but it's when you go, it's when the bull market is properly confirmed, And by the way, there could be a gap between that. You know, there could be all sorts of shenanigans, but it's during this phase where you let's call it active longing. So for crypto, I strongly believe that they are the 4 sort of cycles, or 4 sort of action periods that you should do. And for those that have been around for a while, or for at least more than 5 years, you've seen this firsthand. You know, may not have drawn it out like this. And it's interesting because the people that join RT during the, you know, this last bit here, and then the sideways, you know, boring accumulation chop, they're bored out of their minds. They think, oh, this is rubbish, I'm leaving. So I really do think to get the full sort of experience of RT and also the, you know, crypto, is to be here for at least a full cycle. So where are we now? I think personally we are in this horrible area of like here. Obviously, if I'm going to be a bit more, it's probably a much smaller period, but something like that, where yes, we're in a bull market, the market's gone up lovely, but we're in, you know, with every bull market, you always have times of chop, and I think we're in a period of chop right now where, yeah, I do want to start doing active trades, but I think maybe it's a little bit too early. Now, yes, around this green area here, yeah, you can put in your positional sort of derivative trades. So admittedly, we're a bit late for that. Or not a bit too late. We're a bit too late to get the sweet, juicy, low-hanging type stuff. But the counter-argument to that is, with the positional derivative trades, you have that rollover fee every 8 hours. So even if you did put some nice ones in way earlier, I think it's going to be rather expensive. So maybe, you know, when we start getting into the proper active longing, where it is, okay, this is an unmitigated bull market. This is, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is that I will be more active, but I just want to have more probability, you know, a stronger wind pushing our sails, if that makes sense. And at the moment, there's a little bit of uncertainty. Now, I know that, you know, Twitter and whatnot is a massive echo chamber, and it goes from ultra bearish to ultra bullish in 2 seconds flat. But yeah, at the moment, there are periods of the market where I look at it and don't have a freaking clue. And that's normal, folks. I know you probably think, oh, well, this other YouTuber or this other person seems to have his finger on the pulse and he says this or that. And yeah, maybe, but I personally don't follow anyone on YouTube or Twitter, you know, because I generally feel it dilutes my thinking. So when everyone says, oh, what do you think about this article or this article, I purposely don't read it or I don't watch the videos because it literally pollutes my thinking. And the person may be correct, but I mean, it pollutes my thought processes, if that makes sense.